Let's learn how to make your own custom texture brushes in Adobe Illustrator. Hi, I'm Tjokro, and today we are going to be diving into some of Illustrator's best brush mechanics, so that you can transform any limited color design with layers of textured brushes. In the brush definition drop-down menu, you'll find tons of great preloaded brushes. But for today's example, I want something a little bit more textured, so we're going to be making a gouache scatter brush. Start with an even circle that has a black to white radial gradient. To generate the texture, select Effect, Pixelate, and Mezzotint. And under the drop-down menu, select Coarse Dots. It's important to note that the size of the dots is dependent on how big your circle is. Mine here is roughly 100 pixels wide. You can also change the texture density by adjusting the gradient color values. Next, we'll use Object Expand Appearance to turn our selection into an image, which will then use Image Trace to turn right back into a vector. In the Image Trace settings, I'm going to decrease the noise to 1 to capture as much specs as I can. I am also reducing the amount of corners and paths so that the trace is rounder. Hitting Expand, I will use Select, Same, Fill Color to remove all white color fill shapes from our image trace. I am also removing other corners by using the Smooth tool. With this new shape, I'll add monochromatic colors to the center, inner, and outer rings of the brush. This will give us some depth as we're using it. To apply a new brush, select the Brush Definition tab, Add, and Scatter Brush. Here, you'll have a lot of settings to play around with, but I will mainly be touching upon the spacing here because I don't want the density of my brush to be so far apart, so I'll move them closer together. To add some variation in the rotation of the brush, I'm going to select Random from the drop-down menu and define a minimum and maximum. In the sense of rotation, it's not that big of a deal what numbers these are specifically, so just find what works best for you. Lastly, under Colorization, select Hue Shift, so that whatever color that you apply to your brush will be adjusted to fit. Select OK, and you have your brush, but if these settings are not what you like it to be, you can always go back into the Brush Definition tab, double-click the brush that you just made, and readjust the settings all over again. Congrats! You have your new custom brush that you can apply to any vector path. I love using these brushes to add more detail and enhance whatever project I'm working on. Thank you all for watching. Once again, I am Tjokro, and if you learned anything new in this video, be sure to leave a like and follow Adobe Live on all social platforms. Next up, we're going to be learning how to make ornate decorative elements in Adobe Illustrator.